Hello GQ, thank you for having me. I'm Jeremy Allen White. These are my essentials. So right here, I have my moleskin journal. I don't know what I have kind of written in here now. Some drawings, it looks like, from my daughters, but mostly it's for kind of like organizing my thoughts. I have a hard time figuring out my days, so I'll make a list in here. And this is where I keep my scripts. Il Basante, they're really, really beautiful. They work in leather, they also make bags and stuff. I got my first one, which is like kind of a darker leather from a really good friend, Gary Goldman, for my 21st birthday. And I always have one of these on set with me. I bought these for the whole cast of Shameless as a wrap gift. When we finished, on the inside, I had this put in, it says, one bad turn deserves another. If you're familiar with Shameless, there's like this staircase that goes down into the Gallagher kitchen in the Gallagher house. And there was a little sign on it that said, one bad turn deserves another. And so I would stare at that sign all the time for 11 years. So this is in all of them. Got, I guess the last thing I worked on was the bear. And I guess I was hanging on to the pilot episode for a long time. Oh, tattoos. I didn't know these were in here, but these are all of Carmi's tattoos from the bear. I have a buddy, Benny Shields, who's a really wonderful tattoo artist, and he helped me design all of them. These angels, I thought maybe Carmi would have gotten, when his brother was still alive, that maybe he would have gotten for his sister and his brother. They're right here. Carmi's tattoos, extras. That's a Pyrex with the world in it. SOU, sense of urgency, always. I don't know if that's always on time. I don't think I actually used this one. But yeah, it was interesting to kind of get to know a character through tattoos and really discuss where and why he got these things and kind of make discoveries about a character through that process. I'd never done it before. I think for Carmi, they're sort of an armor, and I don't think he felt that tough all the time, and that got him here. Okay, so this is a New York Mets hat, not to be confused with a Yankees hat. A lot of people ask me if this was pre-distressed and very expensive. It wasn't. It's a normal hat. I wear it a lot and I wash it a lot, and it's just really beat. I think it's honestly probably on its last legs, but I'm really gonna wear it until it's all done. I grew up watching the Yankees, but my wife is truly a die-hard Mets fan, so I switched up probably like 7 years ago and started rooting for the Mets. I guess that's love. I've got my little like weekender bag, and these things pretty much live in that bag. And I've got like probably like 5 or 6 notes in there from my wife, but if I'm going anywhere, she'll write me a note, and she'll oftentimes write a note from our 3-year-old. Our 3-year-old can't write yet, so my wife will write one for her. It's so nice, you know, when you're missing home to have them close. I usually have them on like the table right next to my bed, and yeah, I'll read them when I wake up, before I go to bed, middle of the day. I love reading them. I miss them, and it makes me think of them when I'm away. And then these, it's a little bit weird. We ended up like a couple years ago with all these single socks, and we didn't know what to do with them. So my wife and I started taking them with us whenever we went anywhere. Our daughters have stuffed animals. That's their sort of safety blankets, and we have these safety socks. We love them. It makes us feel close to them. So yeah, we take them around. Okay, this is Diptyque candle. I was introduced to these candles by a fancy friend a couple of years ago. I have them all over our house, and whenever I go anywhere to do a job or really go anywhere, I'm obviously missing home a lot. So I'll always pick these up just to give me that little sense of home. Yeah, specifically the fig. That is my favorite. Another thing I really take with me everywhere are these sneakers, white on white Nike Cortez. I'll keep like one pair that's kind of clean in case I want to wear it to something nice. But then I definitely like the way that they look once they get beat up, and I have like a kick around one as well that's just my everyday shoe. Nike stopped making white on white Cortez like a year ago. It's like a $60 shoe. Now they're on StockX for like $250, $300. Maybe you guys at GQ could help me out. I'm sure you know some people over at Nike. But yeah, so this one is actually, I think this is like a women's size 12. My best friend, Gabe Gomez, found these for me. I love the shoe. I love the shape of it. It's super comfortable. You can exercise in them. It's been probably like 6 years of me wearing the shoe, and I'll never stop. So Nike, please help me out. More white on white Nike Cortez. Thank you. This is a little speaker. It's called a Boombot Rex. I don't think they make them anymore. Obviously, there are a lot of good portable speakers out there. I really like this one. It's super durable, and I usually wear it while I'm riding my bike. That's how I get around in New York. I have a lot of friends, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have their AirPods in their ears while they're riding their bike. I'm worried about you guys. You gotta be paying attention to stuff. This is nice. It's got a really nice sound. You can hear what you're listening to and make phone calls, but you can also remain aware of what's going on around you, which is important when you're riding your bike. Right now, I'm listening to like a lot of Gold Link, Jimmy Cook's on the playlist for this summer. I've got You're the One on the playlist. I've got some LL Cool J, Around the Way Girl. Yeah, a lot of New York artists. Okay, so we have S&B crunchy garlic oil. This is something that we found during the pandemic. We started going out and getting these orders from like Cookbook in LA, which is like a really lovely sort of like specialty grocery store, and they threw this in the bag one day. And yeah, it's great, and it goes on anything. You can put it on sandwiches, eggs, obviously like rice and like noodle dishes are really, really great. I discovered this before the bear came around, and I was really useless in the kitchen, so this was especially helpful. Since then, we started the bear, and I've learned a couple more things. And yeah, I will have this everywhere with me. It's delicious. I have these gloves. You can pick them up anywhere. They're like $2.99, $3.99, really inexpensive. I have a lot of them. I'm always losing them. I'll find a park with an outdoor gym. That's how I like to exercise. I'll bring some jump rope, and I'll do some pull-ups, push-ups, dips, all that stuff. All that stuff can be pretty rough on your hands. They make you look pretty serious. I like exercising outside, especially in New York, in these outdoor gyms in the parks, because there's always going to be someone there that's tougher than you. So I find that I'll get sort of quietly competitive, and I'll end up training a little bit harder. Whenever you do pull-ups, you should take your rings off. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my jewelry. This is really the first piece of jewelry that I ever started wearing. That's just a nice little W. My last name is White. And I bought this for my father for Christmas. But he's got really big fingers and they didn't fit, so it became mine. This is just a really simple little gold chain, and on it here is a New York subway token. I grew up here in New York. My father had a big jar of these growing up in our apartment, and now everybody in the family has one. My sister wears one around her neck, my mother, my wife does, she's also from New York. My dad has one. This one's really sweet. My wife had this one made. That's my daughter's name there. That's Ezer, and I'll give it to Ezzy one day, I'm sure. So I'm just keeping it safe for her until she can put it on. This one is this really nice ring, and in there is just a E and a D for my daughters, Ezra and Dolores. I love the shape of it. I love the shape of kind of like all her stuff. It's like kind of masculine and feminine at the same time. And yeah, that's my jewelry, and my wedding ring is right here. But that's all of it. Yeah. Facial fuel from Kiehl's. I don't do a lot of stuff for my face. I wash it with water, warm water, and then I put this stuff on. It's got SPF. It smells nice. It makes me feel good. I feel like with this, I don't need much else, even if that might not be completely true. We were shooting The Bear in Chicago in January and February, so I would be putting this on all throughout the day. Your skin gets really dry. I love to go to bathhouses, so I always make sure I have this if I'm going to any of the Korean spas in LA, or my favorite bathhouse, the Russian-Turkish bathhouse in the East Village here in New York. A book. It's important. I always have a book with me. This book is the one I'm kind of reading right now, but I find it important to take a book with me, even if I don't read it wherever I'm going. You don't want to be out there looking like a bozo. You should always have a book with you. I doubt I will finish it. I don't often finish books, but you should always have a book with you. Don't get caught out there traveling without a book. GQ, thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys all got to know me a little bit better. This is me here on the table, and I truly do want to know about the Nikes. I could use your help. I love these shoes. I don't know what I'll do without them, so let me know. Thank you guys.